of Kosi Sikelele, Africa. God bless Africa.
Good morning from this part of the world. Thank you for joining me today, and those that will join later, I thank you. I welcome you. You are listening to Rabbi Charles. Before I commence, I would like to play some welcoming music. I don't have a right to this music, but I feel like I should play it for some of us to listen and hear what I'm about to discuss with us today. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me today for this very interesting discussion that we are about to have today. It is not something different from what you have known or what you may know. A lot of people have been asking so many questions, and in different platforms, time after time. I've been bombarded with a lot of questions. So I feel, hope I'm coming out clear. I feel that I should discuss what is going on with us, what is really going on in Africa. You may have heard me or listened to the national anthem that just played out. This is the original African national anthem. It was sung by South African musicians. The original, from this national anthem, they carved out South African national anthem, but this actually is the original African national anthem. If you understand what was said there, they are not specifically saying South Africa. Only few occasions you had South Africa, but it is the title of the national anthem is Nkosi Sikelel Africa. God bless Africa. That's why I picked it up. For some other people that might think something different, it is just the context. If you understand the language used there, you will know that these great men and women that you heard their voices in this clip fought for Africa liberation. They started it from South Africa, but they actually fought for the entire Africa liberation. And the whole thing ended up in South Africa, and it didn't go beyond. And what a travesty of situation that we are dealing with today. And there is a great topic that is flashing on our screen here. The question is Mr. P2B out to end all the agitations in Nigeria? If you don't know who is Peter Obi, he is one of the presidential candidates of this coming election in Nigeria, and a lot of people are asking a lot of questions about his capability, his credibility, his transparency, and so many other questions that have been pushed towards this man. I just want to use this opportunity to answer a few questions. And a lot of people, I must say this, a lot of people have been calling me, excuse me, calling me many times, time after time. Rabbi, are you keeping quiet? We don't hear from you. We don't know what you are doing. You are keeping quiet. You are not saying anything. And about our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are not telling us anything. Rabbi, it's like you have given up. You have. Let me address this question here today. If you receive this, if you're not joining me live, which I can see, share this message, let it go viral. I'm not going to be long in this network. I will be back probably tonight, and I will also be on air tomorrow. I will be definitely on air tomorrow, the 13th of February, 2023. Today is 12th of February, 2023. Okay? I'm going to be on air tomorrow, unfailingly, God's willing. I will be on air so that we can understand what is playing out. That you did not hear from me, from Rabbi Charles, doesn't mean that Rabbi has given up or Rabbi has been bought. Nobody bought me. Nobody contacted me. I am just by myself going through studies. I'm doing so many things, underground activities that I'm not going to share with anybody here. But if you ask me what is really playing out, that is the reason why I'm here to briefly explain to so many of us what is actually playing out in this particular dispensation we are in here. Most people are, they are very comfortable with social media. They go on social media and rant and rant and rant and go and drink a cup of coffee and sleep. I'm not like that. I don't carry my engagement on social media. When occasion demands, I will come on social media to talk to our people and share it and make it go viral so that anyone listening to me, we automatically know exactly where I'm standing. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was captured, in Kenya, as they told us, and was extraordinarily rendition to Nigeria, or kidnapped and taken to Nigeria. And the next thing we heard is that he is in DSS dungeon, and that is where he is. I've been hearing a lot of comments from the lawyers. Other groups are speaking. The other ones are speaking. And the first time when Barrister Ejiofor went there and said he's in good faith, nothing is wrong, and he expressed his willing greetings to our people. The first question that came to my mind is that place a holiday ground? Is it a tourist site? DSS dungeon, is it a holiday ground? We know what DSS dungeon is. DSS camp, detention camp. We know what it is. It is just a place where you quarantine people with different issues for further interrogation or investigation. So it has never been a holiday destination. So he cannot stay there and wish us his best wishes. When he should tell the people should tell the lawyers, those visiting him should tell the people what is really playing out. Until recently, I came by a clip by one of his lawyers who were speaking, because he went there and was expressing how his health is now deteriorating, and he said if they could place micro camera, micro camera through his throat down to his stomach, you will see something that will baffle you, that the health is not in order. Probably it could be ulcer, and ulcer can be so many things. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very prayerful man. He prays a lot. He fasts a lot. Prayer is not praying for himself, praying for the entire nation, Biafra, Africa, and making sure that everything, fighting to make sure that there is equality in Africa, there is equality in Nigeria. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you can remember the interview, the lady Kadira Ahmed, one of the journalists in Nigeria, engaged him with in his home in Afaruku. I think she went there back in the years. She went there, Kadira Ahmed, I remember. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu began by answering her, saying that if things are okay in Nigeria, there will be no agitation. If things are working properly, in Nigeria, there will be no agitation. Agitation came as a result of things not working properly, things not being put in place, things not in order. He mentioned about road network. He cited about the hospitals, this deteriorating state of the hospitals in Nigeria. He mentioned so many things: police department, military, how they are misusing power, how they are killing people recklessly, how they have been handling the nation's fund, looting everywhere. he said, when you look at all these things and see people graduating from universities that doesn't have a job, what will definitely come to your mind is, let everybody go their separate ways. And that is that is what gave birth to agitation. Call it IPOB agitation, or call it Masob agitation, IPOB agitation, Oduduwa people agitation, led by Sunday Igboho, and so many other groups, Middle Belt, agitating. Call it. This is what gave birth to these agitations. Inequality in Nigeria. If Nigeria is working perfectly, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be on the road from one place to another, screaming and campaigning and creating awareness. He wouldn't be on the radio talking. He would have been doing something, creating a lot of businesses, jobs, because the man is talented and is gifted. He's a very talented man and a very highly gifted human being. I have met him on one-on-one. I've listened to him, close range, far range. I hear everything what this man was saying. He never said anything to benefit it all by himself and his family. No. He was fighting for the whole of Africa, the betterment of Africa. That is what this man was talking about and has been saying. And the people, the darkness cannot handle light. So what did they do? They conspired on how to get him shut down. And they got through with that through their mechanisms. It's not why I'm here today. The reason why I'm here is to answer a long question that a lot of people have been asking. Is Peter Obi out to end all the agitations in Nigeria? If Mazi Peter Obi, a presidential candidate with his deputy or his partner, if they could, if they have answer to this, that will be the end of all agitation. Why are you agitating when things are working properly? Do you see in a country where things are functioning properly, do you see people agitating? Never. You will not see people agitate. It is when things are not working properly, that is when you see people agitating massively and highly. So that is the issue, and most people don't understand it and they don't know it. Mazi Peter Obi, from everything that I have studied and learned about this man, from his record, well, I can tell you that if he is allowed to do what he's been saying he will do, honestly speaking, that will be the end of the game. We must face facts here. If the Constitution of Nigeria will allow him to do the job, if the people of Nigeria will allow him to do the job, because when he was a governor in Anambra State and he was doing the right thing, making right decisions, right choices for the betterment of the state, what did they do? They ganged up and wanting to impeach him for doing the right thing. So it is, let me tell us this. This thing is very common to average Igbo man who wants to do the right thing. Igbos are known to be the people that have, understandable, mindset. I'm not trying to promote any tribe more better than the other. No. Before Igbo man, if there is a fight between an Igbo man and maybe another tribe, if another Igbo man comes there, the first thing that Igbo man will do is to ask both of them what is the cause of the problem. Even if the other person that is non-Igbo is more stronger than the other one, he will not come and start defending his brother. This is Igbo for you. Igbo man will ask, what is the cause of this problem? And if both of them could come down and explain, then the Igbo man will take side. If the other person from the other tribe is in the right position, the Igbo man will support him and now lash on his own brother and tell him that he should stop this nonsense. This is Igbo man for you. Igbo people are not tribalistic in nature. Igbo people believe that anywhere he lives, that is his home. You see them demonstrating that in Lagos. You see them demonstrating that in Abuja, where they have houses there. You see them doing that. So they are defending anywhere they live, anywhere they call their own place, or they build their houses, that is their own place. All the ceremonies going on in Igbo land, he will do it there. Even if it is a New Yam festival, he may not travel to his village to do the New Yam festival. He will do it even in Abuja. Okay, take for instance, I'll cite Ike Ekweremadu, who was heading to Germany. Remember, a few years ago, he was heading to Germany to do New Yam festival in Germany. Remember, Germany is one of the European countries, Western European country. Yam doesn't grow in Germany, but he went there to do the New Yam festival with his people in Germany. This is Igbo man for you. Anywhere you live is your home. If you live in Germany, it's your home. If you live in United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and United Kingdom, Holland, wherever, Austria, mention them, France, Switzerland, where our people are. That place is their home. Even Belgium. I have been to the chief of Igbos in Belgium. I have visited him one occasion, slept in his house. It's an elderly man. He offered us nice meal with his wife. I remember I escorted my friend to his house and to his home in Belgium. The man that has been there the longest, the person that have spent the longest years in Belgium, he happens to be the community chief there. I went to his place back in the years, few years ago, and he hosted us. So what am I trying to say? Igbo man believes that anywhere he lives is his home. You can't change it. If you try to change it, it's going to be a problem. He won't understand you. He will think you want to stop his business, because Igbos are known to be doing business anywhere. Even if he's a civil servant, he's going to be doing business. He has side business that gives him money. That is Igbo man for you. Any Igbo man living in diaspora, that is Igbo man for you. Okay, that is what is happening. Now, the question is, P2B out to end agitation? If you put it that way, it may be. Maybe it is not his mindset. But when things became so tough, when push come to push, they will look for Igbo man to come and redeem the situation in Nigeria. Obviously, any person you put into that country to fix it knows that it's unfixable. But one interesting thing about that man, P2B, is that anytime you ask him question, he will systematically answer you, either directly or indirectly, or he will give you references or reference to go and verify that this is my track record. I am not running this commentary because he's an Igbo man. I'm running this commentary because it is a fact that we are looking at. And when you see, I saw the crowd yesterday in Lagos, I stand to be corrected, on the P Square performance where he showed up. You see the crowd, undisputable support everywhere, every state where he goes. Now, if you look at the things going on, God himself, if you demand anything from God, that thing you ask for is what he's going to give you. When Pilate was about to release Jesus Christ, he released him as a free gift to the people, to the Jewish community. They said, no, we don't want him. They want the criminal. I think Barnabas. They want the criminal to be released for them. They should crucify him. So the man said, I will grant you your request. It is not me that is doing it. It is what you ask for. Now, from generation to generation, anything that crowd ask for, God will always give it to them. When the children of Israel asked for a king, he said, I would have loved to be your king, or I would love to be your king to decide for you, because I know you, I created you. But you are demanding for another king, a human that will rule you. Okay, see what he's going to do to you. He will take your choicest animal, the best of your animals. He will take your women. He will take the best thing, the land. He will tax you. He will do so many things. And that time you will know that I am the Lord, and you will run back to me. God was speaking from from the side of the grief they caused him. So anytime people demand something, you will give, God will always give it to them. I'm advising so many people to pay attention now. I'm not saying the agitation must die down. No, it's not what I'm saying. People must tread very carefully right now. Let us see what is going to play out in Nigeria. This election you see going on that is about to take place is something, it's not election or that. It's a revolution. It's a revolution. If they fail to hand over to the rightful candidate that everyone is seeing today, that is the winner of all this, every state, everywhere, getting so many states endorsement, different group endorsement here and there, undisputable. It is not like what happened to Moshood Abiola and the Fulani got away with it. If they try something like this, that would be the end of Nigeria. I'm predicting this thing to any listener, anyone listening to me, or that will be listening to me in the minutes that I finish this broadcast, because I'm going to share it and create awareness to our people to tune into this network all the time. Because since this network was set last year, I have been in school. I'm learning so many things, getting myself prepared for so many things that will take place. So I haven't been having the opportunity to be broadcasting consistently or constantly. But remember when I was mounting on the other platform, I wouldn't want to mention their name, the name of the platform, radio platform that I was broadcasting from before. When they took over the radio as a result of corruption, I said to them, I will set up radio platform and television platform that will knock out everything they are thinking of. This is what you are seeing. This is just the beginning, because the rest are coming. They are on progress. They are coming. I'm working with my team to master the act of media, and we will unleash what we have to the world to see. It is done by one man. Nobody donated money for me to do it. I have passion over what I'm doing. I am not a hit and run soldier. I don't do that. But what I want to say is this. Mazi Peter Obi, the presidential candidate from Southeast Nigeria, who happens to be Igbo man, has been one time or twice Anambra State governor. And he stated what he left behind when he was leaving. If you go back to those accounts right now, you will not see those money. They have been looted. This is Nigeria for you. If somebody was saying something to me the other day, he said, if you bring an angel to Nigeria and hand Nigeria over to that angel with Nigerian constitution, that angel will be corrupted. The constitution will corrupt the angel, and the angel will not do the right thing. And somebody went further to say, even if you bring Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, down to Nigeria, and for him to preside over the affairs of Nigeria with the same fraudulent constitution, that they will certainly, that Yeshua HaMashiach will fail, because the constitution will make it impossible for him to do the right thing. And the people around him enforcing that constitution, corrupt people, will not allow him to do the right thing. You can see this thing that somebody said kind of looks like the truth. But should that be the case of Mr. Peter Obi in this particular campaign or election that is about to take place? I cannot ascertain that, but I can do a prediction and tell us what is likely going to happen. I see him winning the election. Yes, Peter Obi, undisputed knockout. That is what he's going to give to the rest of them. I don't see Atiku going too far. Yes, people will say he's Fulani, this and that network. Forget about it. I don't see Atiku going too far. I don't see Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's an old man. People should have advised him to go and rest. It's not like what Mr. Awolowo did or said in those days. Back in the days, he said, excuse me, just give me a minute, please. Let me sip a glass of water, please. It's not like what Awolowo said in his time, that he would like to have just one day to be the president of Nigeria, and that opportunity was not given to him. The opportunity was not given to Awolowo, and he died not fulfilling that mission. And Ahmed Bola Tinubu now, he's almost saying the same thing, that even if it is 1 week or 1 month to be the president of Nigeria, the question is, what is your plan to reverse what is happening? Nigeria is in debt of 17 trillion naira plus debt of Nigeria. It takes a genius to reverse this thing. It takes someone who knows what he's doing to reverse this thing. It's not going to change overnight. A lot of people are screaming P2B, P2B. Yes, he is competent in what he's doing. P2B is a typical Igbo man. When a real or typical Igbo man tells you he's going to do something, he will do that thing. That is what I know Igbos to be. Not what I'm seeing today. Liars and cheaters and fraudsters. No. That man is very direct. And somebody, I hear a lot of people calling him names in Igbo language. Okay, I understand Igbo language. I speak Igbo language, so I understand what they're saying. They call him a stingy man. In Igbo, they have a kind of a way to say it, not directly. I can no. They don't say that. They call him Eli Eli. He doesn't eat. They call him Ata Ata. He doesn't bite at all. Then now, the worst of it all, they call him Atashom. He will not attempt it. He will not attempt to eat, to bite. No. Bite, I mean to bite money, eat money. No. He will not eat it, and he won't allow you to eat it. That is him. Is he not whom Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is? It's like that. That is why most of the people working with him doesn't even like him. We have seen it now. Was he not the lawyer saying that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was saying in that detention, do you want me to die here? I don't want to play it. I will play it later, maybe tomorrow or tonight, because I'm going to come back. Do you people want me to die here? That is what made me to come on air, because I've been busy. Because he left people that should have known better, but those men are, I don't know what to call them. I don't want to use any adjective on them, because they are not the reason why I'm here. Okay? I still remember the question. Is Mr. Peter Obi out to end all the agitations in Nigeria? If Mr. Peter Obi is sworn in or wins this race, definitely, if they give him some time, he will reverse what is wrong in Nigeria. I know there will be opposition, people that say they will oppose him. I hear the son of fella that I honor, respect so much, came to be talking trash on saying that he's an opportunist. He's not an opportunist. It's a man that knows what he wants. If you call him opportunist, fine. But opportunity is made to be taken. For those who have eyes to see, can see the opportunity and take the opportunity. If you are smart and you are looking at opportunity slipping towards or slipping away from you and you didn't grab it, that means you're foolish. So it takes a smart man to see opportunity and grab opportunity and utilize the opportunity to do the right thing. There are many opportunists in Nigeria who are clamoring to be the richest man in Africa or the richest group in Africa. There are opportunists who happens to have their brothers in power, and they gave them access to everything, to import everything: cement, sugar, flour, and salt, Indomie, many things for one person. And some of your resources are given to them. So when you want to call the business the best business men in Africa, you will mention those men who are really opportunists, in the sense that they don't have anybody competing with them, no rivalry. So how can you, how can you explain yourself? How can you define yourself, your potentiality? What makes you different? Why you are what you are today? What makes you, how can you defend yourself that you are the best among all businessmen? You can't say that because you never competed with anybody. Peter Obi is now faced with so many people, opponents, oppositions. I hear somebody who used to speak right before, all of a sudden telling the world that Mr. Peter Obi is having the emblem of IPOB and so what? Is IPOB a bad organization? The answer is no. IPOB under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he was out doing the right thing, never was a bad organization, never promote terrorism, never promote killing, never promoted anything negative. He only said our people should defend our land against Fulani herdsmen that are coming into our regions, killing and raping our women and children, killing our children, raping our women, massacring people. And you are seeing it. And you are telling anybody that you can't defend yourself. America have the right of self-defense. If you barge into American man's property, he will shoot hell out of you. He's going to kill you. So if somebody comes to your house, you are telling the person, don't defend yourself. What kind of people are you? You have to defend yourself at all costs. If somebody comes into your region wanting to kill you, you're going to get rid of the idiot before he will do that to you. That is self-defense. It works everywhere. So I don't see the reason why people cannot think properly. And all the time, they want to lash on anybody. So Shehu Kuti, I do respect your father. I was a member of Civil Liberty Organization under Beko Ransom Kuti. I know when he was fighting against all these corrupt institutions in Nigeria. So you can't come up and tribalize some certain things. Everything is tribe. It's not going. It can't work this generation. It can't work in this generation. It's not about tribe. It's about doing the right thing. If Peter Obi can change the situation in Nigeria, let him go there and change it. It has nothing to do with his tribe. Shehu Kuti, you are now saying he will face resistance. Are you going to resist the rightful person doing the right thing? It shows how foolish some of you can be. I must tell you that. It shows how foolish some of you can be. I'm listening from my location, all the commentaries. I have a lot of things to say, but I can't say it just in 1 hour or so. I can't say that. But it is a thing of shame that at this generation, Femi Fani-Kayode, who was speaking good of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, turned his back on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and started talking trash because of money. Femi Fani-Kayode, you are a young man. You and Bola Ahmed Tinubu are not age mates. He will go before you, and you still have your children in Nigeria that will face all this evil thing, corruption. Don't fly them to London, because I know very soon you will send them to London, or if they are not already in London or US, where you normally go. But you will leave the poor masses in Nigeria to be dying like chickens, like fowl. They are dying. Do you know what they are doing to them now? They are giving them sponsorship visa to come to UK, visa to look after old men and women, graduates, and they will be jumping around. They are leaving Nigeria. Japa, no be Japa, then they call them. They are glad they are leaving. Graduates. I have seen so many of them. They will come to UK. They will sign them, give them 5 years contract to be in that position, doing that kind of job. Graduates, I'm talking about. We call it in those days electric brains. Electric brains. Intelligent men and women, young people from Nigeria. This is what they are making them to be. I want to play something in without wasting time. I want to play something, a Ghanaian man who could see what others are seeing. It's saying about this Western world, what they are doing. And most of us cannot see it. Most of us cannot see it. We are seeing something different while something different is happening. I want to play what this man is saying.
So EU is predicting that there will be violence in Nigeria elections. And this is my own personal assessment. It's true that there will be violence in Nigeria elections. And EU is going to cause the violence. I've interviewed a lot of people on this platform. But this is my own personal assessment. Look, EU is going to be in Nigeria ahead of your elections. And they have only one aim and purpose. Their aim and purpose is to rig the election for their favorite candidate.
To rig the election to their favorite candidate.
Succeed, people will die. If they don't succeed, people will die. If they succeed, they will tell the whole world that the election was free and fair. That will cause confusion between the winning side and those who will lose. So at the end of the day, there will be confusion, there will be violence. If they fail, they will tell the whole world that the election was not free and fair.
Yes.
The same problem is going to exist. So if Nigerians really want free and fair elections, they shouldn't entertain EU. They did it in Ghana here. EU did it in Ghana here. They've done it before. So Nigerians shouldn't trust EU. If they want free and fair elections, if they don't want violence in their country, they shouldn't entertain EU. EU have only one purpose: to destabilize Nigeria. Yes, because EU cannot afford to see Nigeria prosper. They can't afford to see Nigeria having a good leader. Because if Nigeria succeed in having a good leader, they won't have the opportunity to, steal your resource. They're not going to get the opportunity to exploit Nigeria. And they know very well that if Nigeria prosper, all African countries will follow Nigeria footsteps.
You see that?
So they will never allow Nigeria to prosper. If Nigerians are really interested in free and fair elections, trust me, don't entertain EU. Nigeria have everything it takes to be like Dubai. Nigeria have everything it takes to be like Saudi Arabia, to be like Malaysia. So EU knows this very well. They know that if they allow Nigeria to have free and fair elections, that is the end of EU.
You hear that?
EU, the Europeans are living good life because of countries like Nigeria. Nigeria have all the resources they need to prosper. And they know that Nigeria is the giant of Africa.
Oh, yes.
If Nigeria succeed, the rest of the African continent will follow Nigeria's footsteps.
Yeah, sure.
So they can't afford to see Nigeria succeed. So they'll be in Nigeria to create confusion. They'll be in Nigeria to rig the elections. That is their purpose. They did it in Ghana here.
They did it in Ghana.
And they will do it again if you entertain them. Don't entertain them. If Nigerians don't entertain EU, Nigerians will have free and fair election. The election will be peaceful. But the moment EU gets involved, there will be violence in Nigeria. Thank you.
Do you hear that? This is a Ghanaian man speaking. It's not a Igbo man. It's not a rabbi. It's a Ghanaian man speaking from his location in Ghana, telling you the people killing you, the people you are running to, telling yourself that these people are your savior. Let EU come to help you. Let America come to help you. Let these people come to help you. I'm not saying that there are no good people in those continents. There are good people, but we are looking at their political powers. We are looking at their governmental powers. Those running their governments. What is their agenda, their plans? I will not say more than what this man has said. That means what he's trying to say, they will never be happy to see you have what they are having. Peaceful country. They will not be happy to see you. If Nigeria is peaceful, everything is working out simultaneously, nicely in Nigeria, you will never see a Nigerian slave worker in any part of European countries or American continent, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea. Even I met somebody who even went to North Korea and narrowly escaped death from North Korea because they pitied him, knowing that he's from Africa, he doesn't have anything, and they just let him go. If that guy has been a white person, he's not going to come out from North Korea alive. They would roast him there. You understand? He was there to seek for, he went there for greener pastures. Unfortunately, he was caught in North Korea. He wasn't caught, actually. Fortunately, he wasn't caught. The person who helped to cross him took a lot of money from him. He escaped and went to South Korea. And that was how this gentleman landed in South Korea and began to live in South Korea. They would not want to let you have what they are having. If they have what they, if you have what they are having, then they are out. So how do they say it in Igbo adage? Obodo adịghị mma bụ ulu ndị nze. Obodo adịghị mma bụ ulu ndị nze. If a town or a city is not okay, it's not stabilized, the traditional rulers are gaining it, because every now and then people will be coming to the palace to sit for the king or the traditional rulers to sit to decide or preside their case for them. So when you come to preside, when you come for the chief or the king to judge your case, you must bring a goat, you must bring drinks, you must bring kola nut, you must put money on top of the cartons of beers or whatever you brought there. So the chiefs, ndinze, the chief traditional rulers will be enjoying. They will be having good time while you are spending your money trying to get justice for your land, because they will instigate the other person, go and take the land, go and farm there. And when that person start farming, the owner will come and chase him out, and the matter will end up at King's Palace. And the traditional rulers will preside over your case. So this is what is going on. It has been an age-long issue. It didn't start from me. It didn't start from me. It has been an age-long issue. Like right now, we are dealing with issue. Is Peter Obi out to end agitation? If Peter Obi wins the presidential candidate to be the president of Nigeria, I can tell you, as a matter of fact, I don't think any Igbo man will go out and start campaigning for a change. Definitely, it will happen if he fails, or if they denied him the opportunity to become the president of Nigeria, to fix the system there. If they denied him that, they will see, Nigerian people will see the mother of all agitations. My prayer is for them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, I had it from a very reliable source. I'm not going to mention name. The monster who is there said he will keep him there until he steps down as the president of Nigeria. Any other person can do it. That is what he said. That is why he sponsored that thing with Igbo corrupt politicians. That is what they did. So when I heard it, I kept quiet. I started walking on the ground. He said, if he let him loose, he will start doing some damages that you cannot explain. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not using any weapon. The weapon he has is the truth in him. He speaks the truth. With his mouth, he speaks. People listen. One thing about Nigerians, I'm not even kind of particularize it on Igbo people that they love the truth. Nigerians love the truth. When you tell Nigerians the truth, they know you are telling them the truth. When you lie to them, they know you are lying to them. It won't be long. They will find out that you are a pathological liar, and they will give you your own medication. This is Nigeria for you. So don't take anybody for granted. Peter Obi is not only out to do the right thing. Once he begins to preside over Nigeria and begin to reform Nigeria, the political institution, and so many other things, all hell will break loose. Don't think they won't fight him. Don't think they won't even plot to kill him. You people, what worst are yet to happen? They will do everything to get him down. He is not a womanizer. He's not somebody who is intoxicated with power. No, he said, if you ask me how can I define that man? Whom can I reconcile him with? Somebody, I would say, yes, when he was a governor, he did some certain things, like he doesn't know what was going on. And he authorized people, his men, to go and shoot anybody causing destabilization in Anambra State, and they ended up in Ezu River. And that's exactly what happened. So remember, Moses did the same thing. His people didn't understand what Moses was going for. Peter Obi did not understand what people were talking about. If you listen to him, he will tell you that Nigeria is not doing well. He will tell you that this is what gave birth to all the agitations, and people took the opportunity to begin to agitate. And Nigeria doesn't know how to solve it. So when anybody comes, they will give him money, he will go, he will shut his mouth up. And the leader will take the money and abandon ordinary people. Rafu did it, and we all saw it. Asere Dokubo did it, we all saw it. Only Mazen Nnamdi Kanu didn't do it. And they tried to grab him with money. He refused. He said, your money perish with you. And they said, no, if we leave this man, he's going to go worse. Let us grab him and put him in DSS custody so he doesn't talk. And we will make sure that nothing will happen to him. Because if anything happens to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I'm sorry will be your name. All of you. Those in charge of him, those keeping eyes on him, those holding him there. We have your names. We know everything that you think we don't know. Even the man himself, he will not have peace. I'm not going to say more than what I've just said, but this is what I can tell us for now. So anytime you see these things going on, anytime you see when you see this campaign going on, it is not ordinary campaign, it's revolution. People are saying that they want Peter to be there, and they should give him the opportunity to go there. It has nothing to do with tribe, because different people backed him up with his mate. They backed them up to go and do the right thing. So if they don't perform, agitation will escalate. Guaranteed. If they don't perform, they will give them time. If they don't perform, agitation will escalate. And I would think of it, is Mazi Peter Obi preside over Nigeria for 8 years. Okay? If he steps down, another corrupt man or woman will get in there. If they don't use his formula, it will go back to square zero. So this is why a lot of people are saying, if they cannot work together, it is better they break the country completely. Everybody go their separate ways. I will quote what Pa Ayo Adebanjo said in his interview. He said, this is not just ordinary election. This is war. That there is war going on. There are others from the northern part saying that they will not want an infidel to rule them, that they are born to rule. Now, when you are dealing with such people, what do you think that will happen when Peter Obi, who is not, publicly practicing Muslim, I don't know his belief system, if he has converted, or maybe privately, or he's a Christian man, I don't know how they will treat him. But remember, Yorubas doesn't lead prayer when any Muslim, any Fulani man is involved in prayer. They don't lead prayer. They don't allow them to lead prayers. I will explain to you what that thing means. I'm not going to tell you right now, because I just want to aim this in on just 1 hour broadcast. So you will understand what is going on. If Peter Obi gets in there, agitation will slow down. I'm not saying it's going to die down. It will slow down, and they will watch him to see what he's going to do. If he doesn't go the right direction, if he's using this old system, agitation will increase, and everybody will go their separate ways. They will now blame Igbo man, that Igbo man made Nigeria to divide. It's not true. You divided Nigeria by your corruption, by your segregation, by your your religious extremism. That is what you did. So don't blame anybody for what is going on in Nigeria. If Peter Obi, if I were to advise Peter Obi, Mazi Peter Obi, I would tell him, tread very carefully. What many people cannot change, I don't think you can. But if you say yes, I can, I will say you sound like Barack Obama, who said yes, we can, but I know what happened when he got there. So there, when you are in the midst of corrupt people, expect the unexpected, because what they think first is their stomach. First of all, their stomach, and second of all, their family members, and the rest of all maybe to those around them. They don't think about poor masses. They will use them and dump them. That's what they're doing. On this note, I would like to say, may God keep on blessing us and blessing Africa. I will come back again and to explain to us why Africa should change, metamorphosize, for a new Africa to come in, to usher in. I hear Mr. Peter Obi talking about new Nigeria, new this, new that. It is new Africa. That is why I titled this, I named this platform New Africa Broadcasting Network, or New Africa News Network. It is not like the old Africa anymore. We have to take the bull by its horn and let the world know that Africa have now risen to take their rightful place. On this note, I will say to many that are listening and that will listen in the weeks or the months or the years to come or the hour to come, may God keep on blessing you and keep on listening. The rabbi is not out of communication. Rabbi is within the communication, but Rabbi is engaged with some other bigger things that will better the whole of Africa. And that is what I'm doing, to make sure that everything I told you 3 years ago will come to pass. I can never say something that I will never defend. Remember, many years ago, a few years ago, I told you, if you have your money, change it to US currency and keep it there, that very soon something will happen with the banks. I don't know what that is, but you saw what is going on in the banking system in Nigeria. If you want to change the color of the note, they did that transition in UK a few months ago, and nobody even knew that the 20-pound note was changed. It was changed. Nobody knew about it. It was simultaneously changed, and they gave time for you to bring your old currency back to the bank. And they did that, and it was changed. Nobody's bank never locked anybody out. People weren't protesting. Nothing was damaged. Everything was going okay. On this note, I want to say, may God bless you, and may God keep on multiplying everything, good thing that you have, and your expectations that you have will never be cut off. God will grant you your expectation and give you your dream. 2023 is the year of the manifestation, the year of the glory of God. The glory of God will manifest in your life. As many that are believing it, as many that are living up to that life, that standard, God will never abandon you, because in the word of God, he said that God is not unrighteous to forget your good works. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be forgotten. And I want to assure many that are listening to me today, or that will be listening to me, if you don't hear me come on air to be ranting and talking, it means that I am walking on the ground. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. A true freedom fighter doesn't come on air all the time. I am only here to spread the news. This is a news platform, news network platform. I could set up this new news network platform. The television is coming. People are working on the ground, behind the scene. They're working there, and so many other things. And even a social media where you can interact more better than Facebook. I own it. I'm not going to stop you from sharing your this thing, saying whatever you want to say. It's more solid than Facebook. You're going to see wonders. We are taking over digital world. I said it 3 years ago. I will take over digital world, and the world will see it. It's not talking, it's doing it. On this note, I will say, God bless you from here. Shalom from here. Happy Sunday.